2025 is shaping up to be a better year for new roller coasters. When we reflect on 2024, 2024 tends to be a weak year for new roller coasters and in the amusement industry. The only major roller coaster that pretty much opened was Iron Menace at Dorney Park. As the time of this recording, I've not ridden Iron Menace yet, but I've heard mixed reviews about the ride. I've heard tons of reviews about its roughness at the end of the layout, and I have ridden two new for 2024 roller coasters, Bobcat at the Great Escape and Midnight Flyer at Santa's Village. Both roller coasters are not as big a thrill ride as Iron Menace, but in today's video, we are counting down my top 20 most anticipating roller coasters coming in 2025 in North America. This is a North America-based list, which includes countries of the US, Canada, and Mexico, so you'll not be seeing rides like Falcon's Flight at Six Flags Qiddiya on this list. Even though that's probably the most anticipating ride to open in 2025, this is definitely a hard list to make since these rides are not really open as the time I'm recording this video, so we don't know how awesome they will be yet. And there are about 41 roller coasters opening in 2025. And I just had to narrow it down to the top 20. I'm also pretty much going off stats, layout, theme, how much we know about the ride, etc. There's a lot of roller coasters themed really well coming in 2025. Before we hit the top 20, here are a few roller coasters that didn't make the top 20 on this list. Snoopy's Racing Railway coming to Carowinds, Shootout coming to Oasis at Lakeport, Georgia Gold Rusher, previously called Georgia Surfer, coming to Six Flags Over Georgia, Delania's Adventure coming to Bond Luxury Theme Park, an unknown Skyrocket 2 coming to Steel Pier, and an unknown SPF Big Ear, formerly Fun in the Sun, at the now-defunct Funplex in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, going to Codaland. Starting things out at number 20 is Beach Rescue Racer coming to SeaWorld San Antonio. This is a Zero Force model. Not much detail has been made with this ride yet. It has about 1,300 feet of track. I'm curious on how much theming it will have because SeaWorld really likes to theme their rides, and we've seen it with Penguin Trek at SeaWorld Orlando. So theming could be the reason why this ride is in the top 20. At number 19, I have Big Bad Wolf, The Wolf's Revenge, coming to Busch Gardens Williamsburg in Williamsburg, Virginia. This is a B&M family inverted coaster similar to Phoenix Rising at its sister park, Busch Gardens Tampa. The ride pays homage to the original Big Bad Wolf, which was an aero-suspended coaster that operated at the park from 1984 to 2009 and was a fan favorite throughout the years. The new Big Bad Wolf, though, I would be concerned about if the ride has that B&M rattle to it, because B&M hasn't really made glossy smooth rides lately. I love the train design though. And at number 18, I have an unknown Vekoma suspended family coaster coming to a new park called Oasis at Lakeport in Missouri. This park is also getting Shootout, which is a Vekoma family boomerang. The suspended family coaster hasn't been named as the time of this recording, and I've heard one of these rides, Phoenix at Dino's Wonder Wheel in New York City. Really fun and smooth ride. I expect this Vekoma suspended family coaster will be like that. At number 17 is Speed of Light, coming to Bond Luxury Theme Park down in Mexico. This is another Vekoma family suspended coaster and another park that is opening this year. We do have better details about this ride than the one coming to Missouri. It does look better themed, so that's why I placed this one higher. At number 16 is Fire Runner, coming to Lost Island in Iowa. This is an RMC Raptor, a mirror image of Stunt Pilot at Silverwood. These rides are usually fun with how much G's these rides pull. It's really nice for a small park to get a ride like this. Number 15 is Quantum Accelerator, coming to Six Flags New England in Agawam, Massachusetts. This is an Intamin straddle coaster and the first new roller coaster to come to the park in 8 years. It's really nice to see this park get a much needed launch coaster, and the ride is going where Goliath used to be. Number 14 is Flash Vertical Velocity, coming to Six Flags Great Adventure in Jackson, New Jersey. The ride was supposed to open for the park's 50th anniversary in 2024, but was pushed back to 2025. This is one of two Vekoma Super Boomerang models, the first one to open in the Western Hemisphere, the other one being Cloud Shuttle Fanta Wild Wonderland in China. At number 13, I have Minecart Madness, coming to the new Epic Universe in Orlando, Florida. It's a very interesting design. Universal calls this the Boom Coaster, and it's by an unknown manufacturer, according to RCDB. Even the stats are unknown. This could be a mere image of the other Minecart Madness that just opened at Universal Japan. Looks like the splashdown effect and onboard audio. This is just one ride we don't know too much detail about. Number 12 is Hot Wheels Twin Mill Racer coming to another new park opening in Arizona, Mattel Adventure Park. This is going to be a Chance Rides Hyper GTX similar to Lightning Run at Kentucky Kingdom. It'll feature 4 inversions, including 2 loops, and expected to have a launch. This ride could end up being a lot better than Lightning Run when people start riding it. And number 11 is a roller coaster that should have opened up years ago, Palindrome at Coda Land. And I didn't even say that was coming to Coda Land because we already know it's here. I believe construction is all set. I don't know why it's taking all these years to get it open. This is a Gerstlauer Infinity coaster. The ride is going to have a spike, which you'll go forwards and backwards throughout the layout, 2 inversions on the ride. And now we've hit our top 10. Number 10, I got Hiccup's Wing Gliders coming to Epic Universe. This is an intimate family launch coaster, and I think this is going to be a sleeper hit just like Hagrid's. Too many people are not crazy about this ride or very anticipated about it, just like when Hagrid's was announced, but when you ride it, it's going to be a fun ride. I think this is going to be a lot of people's favorite family coaster. This is another ride we don't have official stats yet, but they said that there's going to be a dark/show section of the ride, and I think that part of the ride is going to build up a lot of anticipation if it's really good. Universal does a really good job at theming. At number 9 is another coaster coming to Epic Universe, Curse of the Werewolf, a Mock Rides launch spinning coaster. We don't have official stats for the ride, except it's going to be 37 miles per hour, and it looks like it's going to be very well themed. At number 8 is another coaster coming to Coda Land, Circuit Breaker, a Vekoma tilt coaster. This is another coaster that should have opened up years ago. The ride is going to feature 4 inversions, and it looks to have a great layout. Number 7 is pretty much the elephant on this list. That is another Vekoma tilt coaster, Siren's Curse, coming to Cedar Point. This is definitely one of the most bizarre announcements in the theme park industry that Cedar Point is getting Energylandia's tilt coaster. After Energylandia's canceled their tilt coaster project, it went down to Mexico where it was expected to open at Six Flags Mexico for the 2025 season. That's when that got canceled and went to Cedar Point. The roller coaster is more of an apology to Cedar Point past members about Top Thrill 2. They wanted this to make up for it. We do know more about the stats for this ride than Circuit Breaker. It's actually going to be the tallest, fastest, and longest tilt coaster in North America. Coming at number 6 is Ashara, Goddess of Fire, coming to Bond Luxury in Mexico. This is a Vekoma switchback coaster. The theme absolutely looks fire, and I think that's why it's ranked higher than usual on this list. This is a second of its kind to open up. The other one that just opened up was Jungle Rush at Dreamworld down in Australia. But I can tell you by this one image, the theme is going to look sick. And now we are at our top 5. And number 5 is, I put another roller coaster higher than usual. It's Wrath of Rakshasa, the all-new B&M dive coaster coming to Six Flags Great America. I know these rides are not really crowd pleasers for the enthusiasts, but for the general public are going to love this ride. When it opens, this is definitely going to be one of the bigger dive coasters out there. Height of 180 feet with a drop of 96 degrees, 67 miles per hour, 5 inversions, which is going to be the most on any dive coaster. They went all out for this ride when it came to records. And number 4 is Rapterra, a new B&M launch wing coaster coming to King's Dominion. And I think this is probably the most anticipating B&M to open in 2025. It'll also be the tallest and longest wing launch coaster at 145 feet at 3,086 feet of track. The ride is going where Volcano the Blast coaster used to be, which the land has been sitting vacant for 6 years. And I think this ride has been testing, which should be good by opening day. Now we've hit our top 3. And coming in at my number 3 is a fairly unusual ride that a lot of people are not really familiar with. But it's coming to a park we've been talking about. It's Takani's Beast, another roller coaster coming to Bond Luxury in Mexico. This is a Vekoma double launch coaster, a company's first of its kind model. Launches will likely have some firepower to it. We have a total of 6 inversions. According to RCDB, we don't have full stats like the height and speed of the ride, but this could be a top-notch or with number 2 or even number 1 with it when it comes to most anticipating coasters to open up this year. At number 2, we got Stardust Racers, another roller coaster coming to Epic Universe. This is another ride that you could swap between 1 and 2. This is a Mack Rides dueling launch coaster, and I think this is the most anticipated coaster to open in the US. Each coaster will feature an inversion. One side will have a barrel roll down drop, and another side will have a zero-G roll. Both rides will have a height of 133 feet with a max speed of 62 miles per hour. And coming in at number 1, I have Alpine Fury coming to Canada's Wonderland. I call this the Velocicoaster in Canada, even though they are by different manufacturers, but both rides have similar features. The ride could gain a big reputation by enthusiasts when it opens up. You shoot up at rapid speed in an enclosed tunnel, and then you shoot up into a volcano. You got 7 inversions, which is the most on any roller coaster in Canada. It looks to have a really nice layout. This definitely could be a contention, as it might be one of the best coasters at Canada's Wonderland, or maybe even all of Canada. And I think this is definitely going to be one of Premier's best rides when it opens up. So that is it for my top 20 most anticipating roller coasters opening up in 2025. I'd like to hear from you in the comments on your most anticipating roller coasters, either in North America or either out there in the world. And if you agree or disagree with my list. And subscribe for more Coastermonium videos, and I'll catch you guys later.